thank you everybody, each one of you for joining this event and supporting me. It's a very emotional moment. It's a milestone moment for me because I'm launching my book. So I'm like emotionally charged now, and I'll make sure that the next 90 minutes of your time is worth it. Okay. So we have a few guests that I've invited to grace this event. I'll be introducing them shortly. In fact, a milestone event, which is the book launch of my iconic book, Iconic Career, as well as my birthday. So I've specifically chosen this day so that I remember it. So we have here some eminent professionals from different walks of life. I've requested them to grace this occasion and share their experiences. So we have Ankit Saran, who is a partner with Deloitte India. And being a partner in a consulting company like Deloitte, which is considered a big four, is like the pinnacle of your career in a consulting firm. And Ankit is one of those guys, those professionals who has achieved it in a very short span of time. In other words, he has built an iconic career. And very soon I'll ask Ankit to share his journey, his career journey, so you can learn from it. Please give a round of applause to Ankit. Thank you. Our second guest is Ghanshyam Tiwari. He is a man of multiple talents. He is an alum of IIMB, Kennedy School, Harvard Kennedy School, Kellogg School of Business. He has worked closely with politicians and parliamentarians. Just recently, he was the national spokesperson of Samajwadi Party. He is a social entrepreneur, and now he is the founder and national coordinator of parliamentarians with Innovators for India. So a man with diverse personalities who have achieved success in different walks of life. So let's welcome Ghanshyam Tiwari with a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our third guest is Dr. Mohit Dubey. Dr. Mohit Dubey is the CEO of Atal Incubation Center, which is a part of the Niti Aayog that is run by the Government of India to encourage entrepreneurs across India. He is also an alumnus of Australia-India Youth Dialogue. Dr. Mohit Dubey has a unique personality and unique experience. He has worked in the corporate, he has worked in academia, and he has worked in government, all three areas. So it's like a trioka. So he will share his unique experiences about. We have Surabhi Dora, who is our fourth guest panelist. She is a very successful professional. She's the CEO of Career Guide, which is India's largest online career guidance and testing platform. She is considered among 50 global edutech leaders. Also currently ranked as top 40 women under 40. So very accomplished person. She'll also be sharing her experience about how she went about building her career. So let me start with Ankit. I'll hand it over to you. Let me pin you. There you go. So Ankit, can you talk a little bit about your career journey and walk the audience through your experience and what it takes to build an iconic career?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Sushant, for having me here as a guest speaker. I think Sushant's being very generous by calling my career as an iconic career. I feel very privileged that he has considered me my career as an iconic career. Having said that, let me just tell you briefly about my career journey, and then I will probably talk about the highlights or the pivoting points in my career. Right. So I did my engineering from a small engineering college on a beach town called Surathkal, REC Surathkal, and those were the 4 years of my life, which were pretty profounding because I learned how to. A couple of things I learned right back in college in my engineering days was how to perform under pressure. That's number one thing which I really learned there. Apart from the educational qualifications, our professors were excellent. They made our lives absolutely fantastic. Now, having said that, both academically and personally, they made sure that we are always on our toes. But beyond that, I made a set of friends. They were friends for life. They are friends for life, and you don't realize what you're building back in college, but they remain as part of your core network for the rest of your life. So, that is up to us in terms of how do we want to maintain that relationship and build that and nurture it. That's number one. Post that, I worked with a company called Cognizant, which was fairly small in those days, based out of Hyderabad. My first 3 years of my career was priding myself as a Java monkey, okay, where I pretty much took on the financial services domain, and I started learning everything. I got some good mentors there. They actually taught me that, you know what, it's important to be technically good, and being a desi, being an Indian, that is something we are really good at, so don't miss out on that. So I made sure I reaped on that journey. 3 years into it, I realized that just pure technology is not me, right? There's much more in me than that. That's when I moved to the US, did my MBA from again a small school in Iowa, right? I finished my MBA, and then I got into a couple of startups. In fact, okay, my MBA journey was pretty interesting as well. When I did my MBA, I had to choose my majors between marketing and finance and technology. And I felt, technology is something I've already aced at. I mean, I was at that point of my career where, whatever I did, I aced it. And that was the attitude I had. And marketing and finance was a natural choice for me. I did want to go into investment banking because the only thing which felt right to me at that point was investment banking pays a lot of money, right? You don't know much, you're still evolving. You're talking about the rewards part of what read the book. Sushant's book is fantastic. I could relate to 90% of it, right? But then I realized that I'm really good, and this is during my interviews with different companies. I'm really good at bringing the business and technology angle together. That's where I started consulting, and I consulted with a Bearing Point offshoot called Tier Consulting. Then I did that for a year. Then I thought maybe I should experiment with a startup as well. So I did a startup journey for a year and a half, 2 years, in the world of IoT of those days. And then I ran into Deloitte, and Deloitte happened to me. I happened to Deloitte. The love story has been going on for the last 14 years. I moved across geographies, made a partner in this firm. And within Deloitte itself, my career has pivoted many times. And I can tell you about the journey. See, like families make you successful in a personal life, similarly, you need to find the right family and ecosystem in your professional life as well, um, to make you successful and you make others successful. And many aspects of that are covered in the book. I will leave it at there and let others reflect upon their journey, and then we can certainly get into further discussion. Thanks, Sushant.
Thank you, Ankit. So two things that I observed while Ankit was speaking was the importance of networking and building that ecosystem of people who support you, right? Who nurture you, who mentor you. That's absolutely essential for success. And the second is the presence of an abundance mind. When you have an abundant mindset, you are believing that the world is full of opportunities. You're constantly seeking opportunities, and that's what Ankit did. Initially, it took him some time to identify his sweet spot of success, but then finally he found it that it is at the amalgamation of business and technology, and that's how he landed up in Deloitte. And then zoom, his career, took like a rocket, turn actually. Right. So thank you, Ankit. Thank you for sharing your experience. Wonderful, wonderful journey, and wish you many more successes. You have another half of your career left. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
That's the next challenge, actually.
So our next guest is Surabhi Dura. Surabhi, I've already introduced you. So please share your journey and some key moments that have transformed your career. Let me pin you here. You're on mute, Surabhi. You're on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. Thanks, Sushant, and thanks everyone for coming forward on the book launch of Iconic Career. Interesting thing is that I don't have anything very fancy or very different to share. Almost everybody's career journey will sound similar. And I'm sure if you are from down south or you have done your education down south, you will say that engineering happens to be by default choice because that's the only thing we all knew how to go about it. Yes, and that's how it happened. My schooling happened in Hyderabad, and yes, physics, chemistry, and maths was by default choice. And by some fluke, I landed up a state rank, which I didn't expect. And I landed up in a college called BITS Pilani, which everybody said that, hey, if you're getting so-and-so rank, this is supposed to be good and you need to get into this college. And then everybody said that if you're getting in this college, then you're supposed to take electronics and electrical because that's best. Now everything, it happens more in like what everybody thinks and everybody said, because we are too young to actually be confident about taking that big leap. Maybe we knew, maybe I always knew I wanted to be in education. When anybody asked me, beta, what do you want to become, what is your dream career, that's the kind of question which every kids get asked, right? I always said teacher. But was I confident to take up? No, I was not, because I was not sure that can I take up a decision when I'm 14, 15, 16? Maybe I'm not, right? Because that's not I'm expected to do. I'm expected to follow something which is more predictable. I'm expected to follow something which somebody else has showed as success. So yes, BITS Pilani happened, and I had a beautiful time there. My best time in life possibly would be that. My best learning comes from there, and that's where when you meet these thousand state toppers or best minds of so-called time, and then you're like, hey, where are you? You're lost. You're not as good as you think you are, because in the school you were like competing among 50 people and among your colony regions and all of it, and all of a sudden you are here among people who have come from all over India, from best of schools, and they have been toppers across, right? And then you start thinking, okay, it's just not academic, it's something else which is required, because everybody would have some extra skills. Somebody is good at dancing, somebody is good at painting, somebody is good at coding, even at that stage. So I think that was very, very so Shan, that was a very defining moment for me, especially when I realized that 4,000 odd people of my age group, and they're just not good in academics, but they're also good at something else, right? And then suddenly, and I made my career into semiconductor industry. I have worked on first iPhone chipsets, but I always wanted to be, I didn't want to be a nut and bolt of a system. I think I always wanted to be an engine of the system. And that's where I said that, hey, and BITS Pilani taught me entrepreneurship. So that was first of the institutions which had entrepreneurship cells, which was talking about B plans, how to set up startups and all of it. So that was my keyword I picked from there. I got introduced to a couple of startup founders, attended their guest lectures, and I said, hey, I sat 12 hours at a stretch in seminars and guest lectures, and I'm not bored. I'm not tired. I'm excited about the day. And I felt like I want to do something, which has finance also, which is marketing also, which is product also, which is technology also, which is sales also. Maybe I want to understand all. I want to be that engine. And I worked a couple of years after my semiconductor stint into NGOs, and I came up with the idea of career guide. And yes, the journey is always not very easy, but they say now that it's not about destination, Sushant, it's about how you enjoy the journey. Look at the view, you will have bumps, you will have roadblocks, but are you enjoying that journey with all your co-travelers? So I think that that's about my career journey, iconic career, to put in Sushant's language. Yeah, Sushant.
Yes. Thank you, Surabhi. I think it's again, like unless you experiment different career paths, you wouldn't know what your sweet spot of success is, what your ideal career is, and that is what happened to Surabhi as well. She tried out semiconductor, she tried out other careers, and then she knew that deep inside she had this strong passion for giving back, for sharing, for educating, for counseling, and that is what led her to build Career Guide, and now like she is on that upward journey. So thank you, Surabhi, for sharing your experience. I'll be having more questions to you as the time progresses. But thank you again.
Yeah.
Now I will hand it over to Ghanshyam Tiwari, our third guest panelist, who will talk about his unique experience. Let me pin Ghanshyam 1 second. Ghanshyam, it's all yours.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, again, and a very happy birthday to you, Sushant.
Thank you.
I feel like there are many of our college classmates here feel like singing happy birthday to you, but I think it's a different point, so I will keep it simple.
Thank you.
It's absolutely special to be here and speak to you and on the book launch, as well as see many of my college seniors, classmates also on this group, and I think Every one of them have inspired our college journeys at NIT Surathkal, which was a world in itself. Ankit called it a small college, and for us, that was the only world for a long time. So it was really a big world. The number of people we met, the fantastic things that they did continue to do remains inspiring. For me, the career journey has been a very interesting adventure. My father served Air Force, so I grew up traveling across the country. And somewhere I picked up this deep desire and aspiration to do something big in the social sector. So that one thought, childhood aspiration, has defined the steps that I have taken since then. Graduating from NIT Surathkal in 2001, I started working with Texas Instruments building chips, then moved to Intel, building microprocessors when Intel was killing Pentium and coming up with the multi-core microprocessors that are now mainstream. It was a good career, an opportunity to meet people from across the world, look at cutting edge leadership practiced by connected organizations such as Intel, and with a CEO like Andy Grove, who used to say only the paranoid survive. So the exposure only fueled my ambition further, but the aspiration to enter social sector kept me restless. And as someone who came from middle class background with no major links in social, political, or bureaucratic network, I thought that maybe a higher education would give me the bridge that I seek to enter social sector at an important scale. So with that, I pursued IIM Bangalore and then Kellogg School of Management, worked briefly with McKinsey, and eventually landed up at the Harvard Kennedy School. This was 2009. This was around the time President Obama had come on the horizon. The grammar of politics in the US had changed. Uh, Voices of hope and harmony mattered. Small contributions mattered. Youth mattered. This was in the US. And I was right there. I was at one of the best schools in public policy. So I could see some phenomenal people come and speak about how to build your aspirations for the community and how to bring about change. So with that, I felt a lot more empowered to just go and try what I always wanted to do. I landed in Bihar in 2009 December, um, because Bihar was up for election in 2010, and this was the first time Bihar, which is also my home state, was going to face an election based on development track record of the chief minister. So eventually ended up meeting the chief minister and requesting him that, hey, I want to build a development focused political campaign for you with a small team with my own scholarship money. And he was very generous to allow me to do it. So 2010, I built a project called Bihar Leadership Project, which was about enabling a development focused mindset in political campaign. The idea kind of worked. In 5 months, we were able to do a bunch of things which were unique to a political campaign. This was a time when political campaign had not become mainstream. The chief minister appreciated it and he said, why don't you graduate, come back and work with me. So 2011, I graduated, came back and started working with the chief minister of Bihar. Next 5 years, I took many roles, spokespersonship, advisor, advising organizations such as Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, London School of Economics. There were all kinds of tumultuous experiences, powerful experiences that further shaped me. And his support nudged me into politics. My sense of what I want to do in social sector was not to enter politics, but once I started working with him, that was the runway. It was also tough because the roads of politics are not.
Gansham, can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Sorry. Others, please stay muted. There's some background noise. Sorry to break.
No worries. So the routes of politics are not very well defined. For example, after two fairly intense college education, as well as student loan, I worked for the next 5 years voluntarily because the positions are not that well defined, and I did not want to take proxy positions to pay my bill. So you will have to transform your career track based on your eventual aspiration that you are seeking. Eventually, by 2015, there came a stage where I stopped believing in the advisory track of politics too much. I thought that you need to own more action. Even if you're advising the chief minister, it limits the amount of action that you can bring. So with that, I decided to just drop the political career for a bit, take a step back and look at one problem where I could own more action. This was around the time when images from Bihar had gotten viral. that parents and relatives were climbing trees and buildings so that kids could cheat in board exam. And that motivated me to think that this can change if we were to build a network of good teachers who can teach high school students in local languages. Um, that is now a company called Good Educator, where we try to build networks of good teachers and use technology to teach a lot of students. We have around 500,000 students in 600 districts and have been able to help a lot of students achieve their aspirations, particularly the ones who write an exam called NEET. So that's a 5-year startup journey that started with the idea to own a lot more action in change making. 2017.
Ghanshyam, again, please unmute yourself. Yeah, sorry. We are muting because of the background, so please go ahead.
So in 2017, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh then, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, by then he and I had picked up a rapport as he was the Chief Minister. There were times that we had discussed about ideas on how we can bring better empowerment to youth, better ideas in school education. And with that rapport, he and I consulted, discussed regularly. So he said, why don't you join us? You're not in politics anymore. So as a result, I decided to take a step back into politics and became the national spokesperson of Samajwadi Party that I continue to be. I also ran for parliament and was greatly supported by a lot of people here. A lot of my college classmates, Manish Nath is here, phenomenal support and a great friend. So, and Mohit Dubey is here who will speak. So I think for me, the iconic, right, can be defined in many ways, but I have always used a people-centric way to define my own sense of iconic. In this adventure, for me, the life mission has become fairly simple. That a life is a light-hearted ride to great missions with good people. And NIT Surathkal gave me those good people. A lot of these nice colleges gave me those good people that further built my belief into those missions. Those missions are not accomplished, but then there's a good road ahead of us. And I hope that, you know, with such great friends, so some of those missions would get accomplished. With that, I'll pause. Thank you so much once again, Sushant, and a happy birthday.
Thank you, Ghanshyam. I think, I mean, it's an amazing journey, you know, like right from an engineering college to being a spokesperson of a national party, okay, national political party, to being a social entrepreneur. But one thing that is driving you is your vision, you know, to do service, okay, to give back to the society, especially the education and upliftment of girl child, right? So now one thing I want to point out, everyone to notice is that in Ghanshyam's case, he is passionately driven by a vision and a mission in life. And this is absolutely essential for building what I call an iconic career. In fact, my third chapter in the book is dedicated to what I call a career plan, where I talk about vision, mission, and goals. So Ghanshyam is, right from the beginning, he was clear about his vision, and then his mission started formulating over time, and now he's clear what he wants to achieve. So thanks a lot, Ghanshyam. Thank you. We have our final guest here who will share his unique experiences, Dr. Mohit Dubey, who is actually worked in corporate, academia, universities, and government, all three of them. Okay, so let me bring in Mohit Dubey. Mohit, the stage is all yours.
All right, thanks, Sushant, for having me. And it was wonderful to listen to a lot of these known faces, and which truly inspire all of us, right? And before we dive into some of these elements of what iconic career is, and you call us an iconic career builder, I am still trying to figure out that word, which is called iconic career. So first of all, बहुत-बहुत शुभकामनाएं आपको, जन्मदिन आपका है, तो hopefully this becomes your inflection point and you truly become an iconic coach of this country, because essentially in a post-COVID world that we all are living in, it's very, very difficult for people to get that clarity into what needs to be done, because a lot of these youngsters and some of these middle-level managers, they don't really have insights as to how to even navigate through these kind of tough times, which humanity has never seen in the past. So, good luck to you and all the best for building this iconic career for many of them, and become an iconic coach in that process when you are trying to help a lot of these other people. So
Thank you.
before we get into all that aspects of how did I go about building things about career. So let me slice and dice this word called iconic career. So there are two words that you have mentioned. What is an icon? So first of all, we really need to understand who are icons, right? And the icons are really whom we look up to, who inspire all of us. And then we see कि कभी मैं क्या बन सकता हूँ क्या ये, right? Who have done some phenomenal work in that space, in whichever space they work. So if you look at the icons and then the career part. So most of us, when we all start, we don't even have a clue of what an career is all about. Forget about iconic career, right? And similarly, it all happened with me as well. So I did my engineering in 5 years and not 4 years, and not because I was a bad student, but because I was a good student. And the country did not have this flavor of credit transfer and choice-based credit system wherein you can transfer credits from one college to another college. So I started my first year of engineering as electrical engineering, assuming that I'll become an electrical engineer. But then I thought, the college is not going to give me enough job. Forget about the career. The job that I would need to sustain would not be possible from here. So I again appeared in the exam, and I then got a first-year admission as metallurgy engineering. I thought I'll probably become a metallurgy engineer, right? Then after first year, you had a choice of doing a branch change. So I did a chemical engineering as a branch change. So I was not still sure what degree I'll get eventually, right? So eventually I got a degree of a chemical engineer. So by virtue of that branch change, I got a BTech or B in chemical engineering. Thankfully, thought will become a chemical engineer, but by that time, we all kind of understood, because we all are, young and trying to figure out what is good and what is bad. And back then, we had more wisdom in identifying the only thing that is called a good career is the one which pays you better. That's it. We all come from a family wherein we all understood, जहाँ की सैलरी अच्छी मिलेगी वही करियर अच्छा है आपके लिए, राइट? सो केमिकल पता लगा कि उसके बाद 8 से 10 हज़ार की नौकरी लगेगी, तो केमिकल का करियर बनने वाला नहीं था कभी जिंदगी में. सो पूछा लोगों से, सीनियर से पूछा कि क्या चीज अच्छा होता है, तो उन्होंने कहा साहब इस समय Y2K का मोमेंट चल रहा है, IT will probably give you better salary and you can probably survive in a better lifestyle and the career would be built. Career पता नहीं था क्या होता है. So started working with Infosys after campus, and then I thought we'll become a software engineer in that sense, right? Because after all, what do you expect in a software engineering firm? That you will eventually become a software engineer. But by that time, we were all lucky that Y2K, after Y2K, the dot-com happened, and then World Trade Center collapsed, so 9/11 happened, and all our visas got cancelled, right? So there were a lot of challenges in the IT industry, so as to say, and there were no projects, and then we were loaned back to Bangalore, so we started working in the banking domain. So, and then I kind of started working on some of these banking-related things, capital market. So, सोचा सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर बनेंगे, लेकिन बैंकिंग आ गया तो सोचा बैंकर बन लेते हैं. So then there was a project, there was an account of Bank of America that Infosys got in 2001 or 2, I guess. And then we kind of started thinking about global banking and what that global banking would mean to a lot of these Indian-centric banks. So I spent around 8-9 years with Bank of America, moving from Atlanta, Los Angeles, and other places, and doing all kinds of technical, non-technical, program management, and sales and pre-sales kind of work. So that took you to a lot of best practices, and in Infosys, we, because Mr. NRN's philosophy of life was that if you have been chosen by God to be exposed to some of the best practices of the world, and you have got an opportunity to work with some of the best organizations, you need to see how you can go back and give it back to the society, so that you are able to create more number of better people who would contribute towards the upliftment of the society. So that kind of an approach was always there for any old timer of Infosys that you talk. They'll come back and say the same thing. So I came back to India, and there's a unique program in Infosys called Community Empathy Program. So through which you can actually go back to your community. You can either work with an NGO or you can work with the university system. So that was a time that it was very, very difficult to come back from US in 2008-9 when things were not looking good. But then this calling of inner calling that you need to come back and contribute towards this community building approach of giving back to the society, I came back to India and then opted for this community empathy program of Infosys and went back to my, my native place called Moradabad. It's 130 kilometers away from Delhi. It's like tier 3, tier 4 town. And started working with a university. They were just beginning that as a university in 2011. And got an opportunity to work with some of these young minds. And then it made me realize that the only person who did not know about empathy was the one who thought he knew about the global organizations that he has worked. And then you start thinking about what's the purpose of your life, right? Was it about getting a better salary? Was it about getting a better job? And then you start thinking about कि मुझे क्या बनना है से लेकर के क्या करना है. And when you kind of think about कि क्या बनना है तो आप बन बहुत कुछ चुके होते हैं तब तक. अब यूएस जा चुके होते हैं, 10 कंट्रीज में घूम चुके होते हैं, पासपोर्ट पे काफी आपके स्टैंपिंग हो चुकी होती है वीजा की. Then you've seen the dollar economy. And then वो बनना से लेकर के अब जब करना वाला स्टेज शुरू होता है, then you kind of start thinking about how can I help these kids? How can I uplift these people in terms of their thinking process? Of further, how can they start building this whole mindset of helping other people to create this better community in terms of the place to live around in a more peaceful fashion, right? So that was my academic switch from an IT roaring career wherein I was doing sales, I was doing pre-sales, I was roaming around in the globe. And that was a hard realization in terms of that when you move to the rural belt, ये देश बड़ा different है. It's not like US or Western countries. This country has around 28, 29 states, which are nothing but short of any country in Europe or any other place that you look around on the global map. Then you realize, because this country has around 739 districts, around 675,000 villages. What do you do with this kind of, and every village has a different language, different dialect, different choices, preference, and so on and so forth. So then the education becomes one medium that you can probably start creating some of those changes so that these people whom you are interacting can go back to these villages, can go back to these districts, and can start making those changes that you envision eventually for the overall community development. So this whole educational journey of around 7-8 years kind of helped me to work with a lot of these ministries, with Ministry of Social Justice, where I ran programs for the manual scavengers. It was the country's biggest program of around 80 manual scavengers, families, kids who were trained by CPAC on plastic molding and so on and so forth. And then I did a few other things with the Secretary Skill Council, with the Ministry of Skill Development that was coming up in 2014-15. And that also gave me an opportunity to be part of a group called Young Leadership Group between Australia and India. So I happened to visit Australia. It is a group of young leaders, young thinkers. It's a tier 2 level think tank where you kind of deliberate upon multiple areas and then try to come up with the inputs, which actually feeds into the policy making of these two countries. So that opportunity also gave us an insight that if you're working as an enabler, and then you can create this multiplier effect, right? Like 2 years back, I moved back to Pune because the kids were growing up and there were some things. So now currently I am engaged into this whole role of building this nation for a startup ready and promoting a lot of these innovation and entrepreneurial culture in the country as part of this Atal Innovation Mission work. And the agenda is how can we inspire a lot of these kids to take up entrepreneurship as a career choice? What are the elements that would be required for some of these young, passionate kids? And how do you handhold them to step-by-step guide them to build their venture in terms of mentoring support, in terms of legal support, in terms of technology support, in terms of funding support? So stitching together these pieces of the puzzle to put together this journey for these young, passionate students. And I'm pretty excited and very proud to notice that this young generation, especially the school kids that we work with, in the Atal Tinkering Labs, 2 of our kids that we mentor, they come from very, very remote villages of this country, and they were part of our India-Russian Youth Bilateral Innovation Program. So just imagine the happiness and the excitement that these kids wear a badge of a lot of pride when they represent this country and they start building these ventures. And by the way, the dreams of these kids is not just to build for India. These kids are being inspired in such a fashion that if you can create something to serve this 1.3 billion people nation, there is no way that will stop you to serve the 7.6 billion people on the planet of this, on this earth. So this is my new passion. And if you can just look at this whole overall journey of last 21 years of corporate and global experience, and then leadership role, and then education, and this whole innovation and entrepreneurial journey that we are on, essentially we are still trying to figure out what is iconic career, really, right? So you don't really get a sense of iconic career. It just, you need to just build upon it as you march along, because the events like this pandemic happened to all of us. It provides a platform for you to relook, go back to the drawing boards and relook at it. What you thought was an iconic career may not turn out to be an iconic career. So with that, I think I will leave this thought to a lot of young people who are assuming to become and build an iconic career. Just keep your minds and eyes open to the context. The context would change. The only thing that you can respond is, how do you see yourself serving the people? How can you enable more people with your past experience so that you are able to build this better community, better society, and enable these young, passionate people to serve not just this country, but for the world. Thank you, Sushant, once again for having me, and lovely to see a lot of these known faces who are also helping all of us together in feeding all of us to build this society a better place to live in.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful journey of, first experiencing yourself, working in different careers, and then now you're at a stage where you're giving back to society. Wonderful journey. Thanks for sharing, Mohit. Now, before I move forward, I want to take, Ankit, can you come back on stage? I forgot to take the picture with you, actually. Can you just, let me just unpin Mohit and pin you. Yeah, let me just take a picture. Thank you. Okay, so having said that, first of all, there was a reason why I requested each of these eminent professionals to join my book launch event today. I wanted to showcase to you that the world is full of opportunities. It's not necessary that if you take up a particular, if you study in a particular curriculum, like if you're an engineer or a BCom graduate or a B Pharma, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can still venture out, do something else. You can listen to your heart. You can pursue your dreams. The world is full of opportunities, and that is the, if you observe, if you paid attention to what Ankit, Surabhi, Kansham, and Mohit were talking about, they have carved their paths. These paths never existed before, right? They have carved their paths. Okay, so it's an amazing feeling when you carve your path, and I am on that journey as well. So now it's time for me to talk. How many of you here are excited to know about my journey? What led me, what inspired me to write this book? Please type in, I am excited. I want to know. I want to know. Just type in, I want to know in the chat box. I want to see how many of you are excited to know. Surabhi, yes, of course. Sandeep, Nikhil, Suhali, Krishna, Sushri. Sorry, some of you are seniors. I may not be referring to you as Mr. or please forgive me for that. I'm just reading the names fast. Sharad, Dhanshan, Darshan, Kumar. Yes, thank you very much, Sachin. Thank you. So, see, behind every successful story, there is a story of struggles. Okay, though these stories don't come out often. The stories of the bittersweet sweet moments of life, the ups and downs, the highs and lows. We have to go through that if you want to achieve something significant in your life, and it is not any different for me. My career and life particularly over the last 10 years has been a roller coaster. Okay, a lot of experimentation, a lot of struggles. But let me take you a step back to where I started. I was privileged enough to study at some of the best colleges in India and abroad. I graduated with an engineering degree from National Institute of Technology, Surathkal. And then after that, I went to the US, where again, I got to work study at some of the best universities like Cornell, University of Rochester, and then worked at some of the best companies like Xerox, Deloitte, blah, blah, blah. Now, you would think that for somebody like me, who has had such wonderful exposure, it is easy to build an iconic career, right? You would think that, but the answer is no. So, see, what happens is when you start working right after your graduation, your career path is by chance and not by choice. You get through campus placement, you work for a company, and then you start building your career. Most of us, unfortunately, we continue to use this model of going by chance. We just run after opportunities, seek better paying jobs, better roles, branded companies, MNCs. Like we go after these opportunities, we run after that. And in that process, we forget what is it that really matters to us. What are my core interests? What is my passion? What are my strengths? That's exactly what happened to me. Okay, I worked for multiple companies like Xerox, Vistaprint, Deloitte. Each of these companies are great. They have great work culture, work environment. There is nothing I can complain about it. But at the end of the day, as far as I was concerned, after spending 13 years in the corporate world, having worked for multiple companies, tried out different career paths, core engineering, market research, consulting, tried out everything, I still felt like I was living an unfulfilled life. I felt like I was not utilizing my 100%. It's a very innate feeling. Many of us, we ignore this feeling. We compromise because we have a family to support, and we have bills to pay. So we compromise, saying, "Okay, it's not real. You cannot make it a reality. You cannot turn your dreams into reality. It's too late. Let's just bury the dream under the carpet." But I was not one of those people. It was bothering me for a long time, and after 13 years, I must say, I still did not have clarity about what is my ideal career path. What am I born to do? What industry? What role is right for me? I did not have that clarity. I was still experimenting after 13 years. So that was a big botheration. That really bothered me a lot. And then I started talking to friends, asking for guidance, opinion. But that was more of a consolation. Friends and families can only guide you so much. Based on their experience, they'll give us inputs, and it's largely risk averse, largely the standard path. Nobody wants you to take the untrodden path, or take the unknown path. Everybody wants you to take the standard path. So in that process, so the advice that I got did not help me. And then I said, I have to do something about it. Okay, I have to do something, otherwise I will repent for the rest of my life. So that's when I embarked on my journey. This was way back about, I think, 8 years ago. I embarked on this journey of exploring, okay, what is the right career path? I started reading books. I started researching on this topic. I spoke to several successful corporate professionals. I consulted mentors in this area. I did a lot of things for a period of 2 years. Then I realized that the approach that I was taking of building my career, which was just running after opportunities, good job, good offer, good pay, branded company, that is fundamentally flawed. It's more of an outside-in approach, meaning it was more influenced by the outside world, people and material needs. What you really ought to be doing is take an inside-out approach, where you have to listen to what you want, listen to your personal factors, understand your personal factors, like what is important to you, what do you love to do, what are you good at, what is your natural way of doing things, what are your dreams and aspirations. So this journey, this revelation, it actually made me realize that I now have found the answer to my questions, why I was actually not satisfied. Going back to my school days and college days, I realized that I was very good at educating, teaching, counseling, mentoring my friends, and they would come to me, whatever solutions I would give them, they would find it helpful, useful, and they would always approach me. Even throughout my career, I've had youngsters, juniors who have approached me for career guidance. And then I realized that I have this unique talent, which is like coaching, counseling, mentoring people, which I really did not use in my career for the first 13 years. Why is that? Because I was driven, I was influenced by the outside world, right? Just running after opportunities. And then that is when I realized that, yes, there is something in me, some unique talent in me. So this actually led to my discovery or creation of a unique framework called Iconic Career Blueprint. Okay, this is the framework that I used to rebuild my career. Then I rediscovered my sweet spot of success. I rebuilt my career as an IT service delivery leader. I worked as a lead in the IT industry for a few years. But then again, I realized that I've reached a point where I should be doing something more than just being successful, just being, just building a career. So that's when I decided, that's when my new vision was formed, that now it's time to do something bigger and make a difference to society. So that's when my new vision of creating the society where professionals build an iconic career was formed. This was about 2 years ago. Ever since, I have professionally coached, mentored, counseled professionals, working professionals, early career, mid-career. I've also trained many students, like graduate students, some of them are attending the session here, in building a career in such a way that you find financial success, one. Second is fulfillment, meaning satisfaction from your work. And third is meaning. Meaning means you're working in a job where you are directly or indirectly benefiting society. When you have all three happening for you, financial success, fulfillment, and meaning, that is when you build an iconic career. That is when you're operating in the iconic career sweet spot. And that this process I've explained in detail in the book. Over the last 2 years, I've mentored, coached, counseled, more than 500 working professionals, graduates. And now what I've just about a year ago in January 2020, this thought germinated in my mind that I should be making a bigger impact. Okay, how can I make a bigger impact on society? So that is when the idea of writing the book germinated. In fact, the credit for planting this idea in my mind goes to two of my mentors, Mr. Ron Malhotra from Australia and Mr. Dave Gadvi from India. So these are successful, highly successful self-development, personal development gurus in their respective sectors. And they planted this idea that, Sushant, yes, it's about time that you should share your experience, your knowledge with the world through a book. So that's when the idea was planted, and then COVID happened. Okay, COVID happened. Of course, there are a lot of good things that happened due to COVID. There are a lot of bad things, but I actually took advantage of the fact that I was working from home. I had time on the evenings and weekends, and I was actually I had enough time to start writing a book. Of course, it took me a long time. It took me about a year to put everything together, and now it's ready for launch. But this is where I am. This is the where I've reached today. Is it goes back, the effort to get here goes back to about 8 years, and I would say close to 10 years. A lot of experimentation with career paths, a lot of failures. I have had failures. Yes, I admit it. I've had failures, and I learned from those failures. In fact, there is a saying, failure is the biggest teacher. If I had not failed in my experiments, then I would not have written this book. I would not have coached and mentored professionals. Some of my mentees are attending this event here, and they can talk firsthand how they have benefited from the frameworks and the process that I've discussed in the book. Okay. In fact, many of their testimonials are there in the book as well. The book starts with the testimonial of my mentees, who are professionals and practitioners who have applied the principles, strategies, concepts, tools, and techniques described in the book, and they have benefited from it. Okay, so thank you. I think this is the journey has just begun. Okay, the journey of writing, sharing has just begun, and I hope to write many more books in the future. But this is my journey of what prompted me, what inspired me to write the book. Can I request people to stay? Let me mute people. Can I request everybody to stay muted, please? Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that was my journey. I hope you actually found, got some insight from this. But I want to part with the message, just conclude with the message saying that unless you experiment, unless you stretch your arms, okay, you're not going to grow. You have to experiment. You have to try. Doesn't matter even if you fail, because failure is a stepping stone to success. So that's the message I want each one of you to take from my story, that you have to keep experimenting, keep trying out, keep failing fast, keep iterating, keep pivoting. So there's a process that you can follow. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity. Now, at the same time, see, when I'm experimenting with my careers, okay, the ups and downs, the backlash is felt on my family as well. Okay, it's not just me. I have a family. I have a wife. I have 2 young kids. Then I have my parent, my mother, my in-laws, extended family. So the backlash is felt on the family as well. So they sometimes wonder, why is Sushant doing all this? Why is Sushant experimenting so much? Why is he going through the highs and lows? So they suffer as well along with me. So now I want to take this opportunity to ask my wife Spurti to come on stage and share her experience as to what she went through along with me in the last 10 years, because this is real. And it's like, husband, wife, and kids, we are a team, right? So if one person suffers, everybody else suffers. So I want Spurti to talk firsthand what her experience has been, through this journey. So please, let me hand over the mic to her. So let me take this opportunity to hand over to ask Spurti to share her experiences in the last 10 years.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Very good morning to all of you. I'm Spurti, wife of Sushant. First of all, I would like to thank you each and everyone for attending this event and spending time with us. Sushant and I have been married for 14 years, and we are having lovely kids, Trishul and Tanya. I have personally experienced Sushant's bittersweet moments over the past decade, and I would like to share a few of them. Sushant is not the type of person who would say, yes, I have done it, and enjoy the comfort of his job. That's the reason he has quit well-paying job with Deloitte, and after having worked there over 6 years, he has quit and began his journey of discovering ideal career path. This journey had both high and low moments where he has experimented different career paths. He faced many challenges and he worked very hard over the last 8 years to reach where he is today. Today, I'm really proud of Sushant, what he has achieved by writing this book and launching it now. And today, I truly feel that he has built an iconic career. The past 1 year for writing this book, he has spent many sleepless nights for multiple revisions and finalizing it. At the end of the day, I see that and I realize that it is all worth it. So today is a big day and a great day for Sushant. He is launching his book on his birthday. So I'm wishing dear Sushant a very happy birthday, and I'm wishing all the very best with the launch of Iconic Career. At last, I would like to say, Sushant, you are wonderful, you are amazing, and you are role model for all the professionals. Thank you. This is for you.
Thank you, Spurti. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
This moment is definitely emotional. Again, Spurti probably has not shared the depths of it, but at the end of the day, as she said, the struggles are worth it, because now you're living a life of significance. You have moved from moved beyond success. You are making a significant difference to the world. So thank you, Spurti. Thank you for sharing the experience. All right. So it's been about an hour since we've been talking. So I think everybody is now excited for the key moment, right? Let me just put. So the time has come to launch the book. Okay, so I have a fresh packet of my book here, Iconic Career. Okay, so as you can see it, the fresh packet is here, unopened, raw, and pristine. So let me take this opportunity to unwrap it and then launch the book. So here you go. Officially, from this moment onwards, the book Iconic Career is launched. Okay. So thank you everybody for gracing this occasion. Thank you very much. It's kind of an emotional moment. okay, for me, because writing this book itself was a gigantic effort for over a year. And then, getting it published, printed, and launched, that was another layer of effort. So this is a milestone for me. Okay, so thank you for being here. Now, the book is available on both Amazon India and Amazon.com. So people all over the world can purchase the book on Amazon.com, and people in India can purchase the book on Amazon.in. So let me share the links here. Okay, let me share the links. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations.
Let me share the links for the books here, so you can go ahead and purchase it. This is Amazon. I'm going to share the Amazon.in link first.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I've shared the Amazon.in link here. Okay. And then I will share the Amazon.com link. Let me show you something visible now. Just type in the chat box. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As you can see, this is the Amazon.in website. So you can click on the link and get here. You can also type Iconic Career in the search bar here, or even my name, and you will see 3 versions of the book. The Kindle version is the ebook. Okay, you can read it online. Then there is a hardcover. Hardcover is something like this, which has a hardcover here. Okay, it's like a nice to have copy. This is like, I love hardcovers. I buy hardcovers of the book. Then there is a third one called paperback. Paperback is like, it's not the cover is not hard, it's flexible. Okay, so there are 3 versions of the book that are releasing. And on all of these, except for Kindle, the hardcover and paperback, the book is being offered at 50% off. This is a special launch day price, just valid today. It will be valid till midnight, 12 p.m. Okay, as you can see here, like the price is, if I click on hardcover here, right? Let me just click on this. Yeah, it is actually priced at 1,300 rupees. It's today's price is 649. And the paperback is priced at 899. Okay, as you can see here, it's not mentioned here. Sorry, I'll move here. So you can see the price here, right, on the upper right hand corner. So the MRP is 899. It's 50% off. So I encourage everyone to go ahead and purchase the book and share your reviews. I'll be excited to hear your reviews. Now let me switch over to Amazon.com. Okay, in Amazon.com. This is, you can buy worldwide. Again, there are 2 versions. One is a Kindle version, which is the ebook. And then we have a paperback version. Okay. Amazon.com does not allow hardcover copies like this. It's only paperback. So again, here also it's like 50% off just for today. Okay. So I encourage the overseas attendees. I know people from US, UK, Dubai, Singapore, some of you are attending this event. So for you, you can purchase it on Amazon.com. I encourage you to go ahead and purchase it and share your reviews. I'll be excited to hear your reviews. Okay. So the book is live. Let me stop this. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for me on the book, or for my guests? The 4 eminent guest panelists that I have today. Do you have any questions? Please type in the chat box. Please type in the chat box if you have any questions. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Sunija. Sunija, I know you're, attending from US. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Talgeri. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you. I'm really excited. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you for your support. By the way, I cannot be grateful enough for all the support, encouragement that you have shown. It has really inspired me. As I said, this is my first experience with the book launch, and I am overwhelmed by the messages that I've received. Okay, messages of encouragement, support. I mean, this is awesome. Okay, this has truly made my day, and moreover, it being a birthday, I'm really excited. Thank you, Jairam. Thank you, Prabodh. Ritu, thank you very much. Vinita Khan, thank you very much. Suhali, thank you. Krishna, thank you. Krishnan. Thank you, Ritu, for the birthday wish. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shivram. Thank you, Mr. Rajan. Yes, I do conduct. So Rajan asked me if I conduct coaching sessions. Yes, I am a professional career counselor, coach, and mentor. So I do professional career coaching and mentoring. I have my mentorship programs called the Iconic Career Mentorship Program, where I mentor professionals, early and mid-career professionals, and enable them to achieve their career goals. I also conduct training at graduate schools, particularly MBA schools. So where again, I train MBA students and graduates on the different aspects of Iconic Career, on enabling them to build the right career in the right way. Thank you, Mr. Sujoy. Thank you, Rajeshri. Question from Rajeshri is, when we discover a career path or calling, how do we get to it in corporate career? Because most of the times we get the opportunity matching, we don't get the opportunity matching our skill set. That's a very good question, Rajeshri. Rajeshri is saying that in corporate world, quite often we see that the job opportunity just does not match your skill set. So how do you go about discovering your ideal career path? So Rajeshri, the reality is that, people are not willing to explore different job roles and job opportunities within the same company. In fact, even I was like that. When I was with Deloitte, I was doing market research, and I had many opportunities to switch over to consulting, but then I was hesitant back then because I was not sure. So the answer to your question is, you have to start exploring, start talking to people, understand their job roles, what they do, and then decide what would best suit you, and then make the jump. Experiment, try it out. Okay, there is nothing wrong with trying. Trying is the best way to learn. Okay, in spite of reading several books, okay, books give you guidance, but you have to ultimately take action. You have to try. I hope I answer your question. Thank you, Mr. Kishore Nayak. Thank you, Dr. Sumana Ramachandra. Thank you. Thank you, Abhay. Thank you very much. I'm really excited. Thank you for placing the order for my book. I also want to take this opportunity to thank a few people who have been part of my life, starting with my late father, Mr. G.B. Gaonkar. He is a true inspiration for me. My father passed away about 7 years ago. If he were here, he would have been extremely proud of me. Then my mother, Srimati Saraswati Gaonkar, she is here. She's watching the event live. Thank you, mother. Thank you, mommy, for attending the event. And you are an inspiration. You are definitely, I've learned a lot of unique skills and talents from you. Okay, like being perseverant, like showing grit, patience. Thank you very much. I also want to thank my wife, Spurti, who has been a pillar of support for me during the ups and downs of my career journey. So thank you, Spurti. Then, of course, my two young children, Trishul and Tanya, who have been a breath of fresh, who have been, again, a very pillar of support, Mr. B.V. Naik and Mrs. Seema Naik. During COVID times, actually, we spent a lot of time with them. And it is because of their support. I have a very young child, 1-year-old kid, Tanya. So without the support of my mother-in-law, I would not have had the free time to write the book. So, big thanks to Mr. B.V. Naik and Mrs. Seema Naik for all the support, for their large-heartedness. So thank you very much. Thank you. Share. I also want to thank my mentors, Dev Gadvi and Ron Malhotra, because they are responsible for where I am today. Okay, the seed of writing the book was planted in my mind by them, and they've guided me through this journey, and I was able to move fast because of that. So thank you, Ron Malhotra and Dev Gadvi. Thank you very much. I want to thank all my mentees, like people whom I have mentored over the years. Many of you are attending here. Thank you. You have made my journey wonderful. There is so much I learned from you. And my book is not based on any theory. It's not taught in any of the schools. It's just based on practical experience. It's a do-it-yourself kit that will help each one of you to take steps on your own. You don't need an external person to guide you if you have my book with you. So thank you. And I was able to put the experience together because of the experience of coaching and guiding my mentees. So thank you. And I want to thank the extended family of well-wishers, relatives, cousins, uncles, aunties. Everybody is here today. Thank you. Thank you for making this event, very memorable, very emotional. Thank you very much. Okay, my cousins, my nephews, my nieces, everybody's here. So this is like a wonderful moment. And is there a better way to celebrate your birthday? Like for me, there is no better way actually. cake cutting happens all the time, right? Cake cutting happens every year, but there is, I've been able to bring everybody on one platform together, for at least 90. I also want to thank one special person, Mr. Navneet Shetty, who is a family friend and who actually helped me find office space, during the tough times, during COVID times. He has been a wonderful support. He has helped me arrange this event as well. So thank you, Mr. Navneet Shetty, for all your support, for all your guidance. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pranali. All right. So I would love to answer your questions. Do you have any questions for me? If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. And it's not just for me. So we have the guest panelists here as well, Ankit, Ghansham, Dr. Mohit Dubey and Surabhi. So if you have any questions for any of the guest panelists or me, please type in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer. Again, we have another 5 to 10 minutes. As I said, I will not go beyond 11:30. So let me see if there are any questions. Nikhil Mahajan's question is, how did you overcome the uncertainty which comes along with switching from job to mentor? Share your experience. Thank you. That's a very good question, Nikhil. See, people do not want to take risks in life or they don't want to rock the boat because there is fear of unknown. Can others stay muted, please? Yeah. People don't want to take chances in life because they have fear of unknown. Okay. Fear of failure. I'm sorry. Fear of failure. And fear of failure comes from fear of unknown, because you don't know what's going to happen when you try a new role or try a new project. You're not going to, take it up because you have that fear of unknown. So the bigger question, Nikhil, is how do you handle the fear of unknown? The best way to handle fear of unknown is to take small baby steps into the unknown. And that is exactly what I did. While I was working, I started doing this professional career coaching on the sides first. Okay. I started doing it on the sides. I created a proof of concept. I realized that, yes, whatever I'm teaching, whatever the process that I'm teaching, a process that I use for career coaching, guidance, and mentoring, I've created my unique process that works. People are benefiting from it. People are getting value from it. And when people get value from something, in exchange for the value, they're willing to pay. So that I built the proof of concept first. When I built the proof of concept, okay, then I started scaling it up and brought it to a stage where, it was replacing my salary income. And that is when you decide to make the transition from job to being a coach. I hope I answered your question. So take baby steps into the unknown. That is the best way to deal with risk of failure or fear of failure. Mr. Shivram Naik is asking, where are you based? I am based in Hyderabad. So my family, we live in Hyderabad for the past 12 years. Hyderabad is our home. Okay. Prior to that, I was in the US. Mr. Vivek Naik, have you addressed the fear of startup failures in your book? Startup failures is not the topic of my book, Mr. Vivek. The topic of my book is, career paths. And one of the career paths could be starting your own company. Okay. So that is the core theme of the book. Thank you, Nikhil. Mr. Sunil Patil, Sushant, was transition a calculated risk? Yes, it has to be a calculated risk because you have a family to support, right? You cannot just jump into the unknown just like that. In fact, I'm going to tell you another story. Okay, another story. I have already done the mistake once of jumping into the unknown. Okay, with all the excitement, I did start my own startup earlier. Okay, but it failed, and the reason for that is because it was not done in a calculated manner. The proof of concept was not built properly. But this time I corrected that mistake, and this time I've been able to achieve success with it. Okay, because you should not jump into the unknown. Okay, you need to take calculated risk, take small baby steps into the unknown. Perfect. Pranali says, it makes me so happy to see people happy and successful. May everyone here be successful in their careers. Thank you, Pranali. In fact, it is my mission now to empower professionals and students and graduates to build a career of their dreams. That is my mission. That is what drives me. That is what energizes me, actually. It's like that is what I'm born to do. I've realized that now that I'm born to do this. Yep. Nikhil says, maybe we were in the same batch on third day Passion Pro Summit. Happy for you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, Nikhil. Yes, thank you. I'm not a passionpreneur. I'm part of the other batch of Dev Gadvi actually. Thank you. Karant, what's the next for you after this book? So, Mr. Karant, as I said, this book is a medium for me to reach out to a larger society, to make an impact, to influence their thinking about what is the right way to build an iconic career. Apart from this, I also do career coaching, mentoring, counseling. I'm a professional career coach and mentor. So I have my mentorship programs that I run. I also offer trainings for colleges, career mentorship and counseling, coaching training programs for colleges. I also do keynote speeches. So there I'm kind of busy throughout the year. So there are a lot of activities that I get into actually. Thank you. I hope I answered your question, Mr. Karan. Mr. Sunil Patil, any suggestions for jumping into uncharted territory? Please, don't jump into it full-fledged, okay? You have to build a proof of concept first. You have to try it out. See, proof of concept means you have to build a minimum viable product or service where you're delivering value to your customers. And in exchange for the value, customers are willing to pay you money back. Unless customers are willing to pay you money in exchange for the value you deliver, the proof of concept is not ready. Once the proof of concept is ready, you have to get your product or service to a scale, to a level where it can replace your existing salary. Only then you have to make that transition. Otherwise, I would not recommend jumping into any uncharted territory just like that. You have to take baby steps into the unknown. Okay. Mr. Gopal Kodikal. Okay. How do I determine whether I am capable of starting a business or what kind of person? Mr. Gopal, first I encourage you to read this book because this book will change your thought process. Okay. There are 5 areas of your life that you need to pay attention to. 5 areas of your career: your values, your strengths, your interests, your aspirations, and your personality. At the intersection of these 5 factors is your sweet spot of success, which will tell you what is the ideal career path for you. I have described this in detail in the book. Please read it, and after that, reach out to me and we will talk. Okay. Mr. Karant, good to know. What can you do for the college NIT case, especially for MBA students, currently struggling to get good placement? Yes, sir. So I do work a lot with MBA graduates. In fact, I've recently delivered a successful coaching training program for MBA students at Vigyan Jyoti Institute of Management in Hyderabad. And it was received very well. The students have benefited from it. In fact, many of the students are attending this session as well. So we will connect, sir. Mr. Karant, we will connect after this event. I will definitely be able to deliver value to the MBA students. Mr. Prasanna, do you coach or guide undergraduates? No, I do not I do not work with undergraduate students. It's primarily I work with working professionals, early and mid-career, and graduate students. Graduate, I mean MBA, MTech, who are actually ready for building their professional career. Mr. Krishan Gopal, I want to become a career counselor. Please suggest. Yes, we can connect later. Okay, there is a process that you need to follow. Okay. Any other questions? And please, if you have purchased my book, if you have placed an order, please mention in the chat box so I can call out your name and thank you. Okay, please mention in the chat box. So I will keep this session open for another 5 minutes and then we will conclude. Thank you, Mr. Kishore Nayak. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sushri Patnaik. Thank you very much. Thank you, Aruran. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Samir. Okay, Samir has a question. I'll come back to you. Thank you, Mr. Prabodh. Okay, there are a few questions here. Samir Soni has a question. How to take advantage of COVID time to redefine career? In fact, I think COVID is the best time to introspect, reflect on what is it that you want to do in your career. It's the best time to do that because you save the time of commute. Okay, you're saving 2 to 3 hours per day. So why not utilize that to think about your career? The best place to start, Samir, is to think about what the identify your values, interests, strengths, personality, aspirations, your sweet spot of success, and then determine your ideal career path. Start taking action towards your ideal career path. My advice to everybody is just thinking will not help you get there. You have to take action. You have to take immediate, continuous action, even if it is imperfect. Okay, keep taking action. Only then you will achieve your goals. For all the support, for that large-heartedness. So thank you very much. Thank you. Great. I'm hearing wonderful news. Thank you for buying the book, Kumar Sarj, Sakib. Thank you very much. Krishan Gopal. Thank you. All right. So let me see. There are a few more questions here. Placed, Mr. Gopal, thank you for placing the order. Thank you, Nikhil, for ordering. Okay, Nikhil will be ordering soon. Okay, good. Shivram will order now. Thank you, Mr. Shivram Naik. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. There's what about career? Mr. Vivek Naik has a question. What about career beyond tech domain? Will the book talk about it? This book is not restricted to any particular domain. It's not just for technology professionals. In fact, I have coached professionals from 25 different industries, from education, social service sector, financial services, technology, insurance, pharma. There are I have coached people from 25 different industry sectors. This book is not specific to a sector. Okay, there is a question here. What about career beyond tech domain? So let me repeat that. This book is not restricted to one particular industry or domain. This book applies to people from all industries: technology, education, social services, financial services, banking, insurance, manufacturing, you name it. It's like pharma. I have mentored professionals from all industries. In fact, when you open the book, you will see 15 testimonials from people from different industries and how they have benefited from it. Okay, automotive. It's like you name it. Thank you, Mr. Gopal. Yeah. So let's see. I think I have another 2 minutes. I will conclude it. So again, thanks a lot for staying back, asking questions. Can you post once again in chat box ordering once again today? Yes, I will be doing that now. Let me do that. So I'll be sharing the link again here. We will also share this link in the Google groups. Okay. So here is the Amazon.in link. Okay. That is for India. And here is the Amazon.com link. Okay. Which is for US, sorry. Amazon.in. Amazon.com is for US and Amazon.in is for India. Let me just post it again. All right. All right. Okay. So once again, I have a special thank you message for all the 4 guests, Surabhi, Ankit, Dr. Mohit and Ghanshyam. So thank you for gracing this occasion. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. And thank you everybody for attending the event and for your presence and for your support as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sharad.
Sushant, all the best.
Thank you very much.
Sushant.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. All of you have a wonderful Wednesday. And once again, I request you to purchase my book and benefit from it. Okay, read it and benefit from it. And if you have any questions, my email ID is mentioned in the book. Okay, you can reach out to me and I'll make sure I will answer your questions. Okay, I'll make sure I'll get back to you. So you can reach out to me, you can write to me via email and I will get back to you.
Thank you.
All the best, Sushant.
Thank you. Surabhi, you're trying to say something?
Yes, Sushant, I want to show this wonderful book which I've received.
Once again, Surabhi, once again, hold on. Let me pin you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Congratulations, Sushant.
Yeah, thank you. Who is this?
Dear end.
They're right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Once again, please stay back. Please stay back. Don't leave because Surabhi wants to show you.
Congratulations, Sushant. Vivek here. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Once again, please let me bring back Surabhi. Just go back to normal leave here.
Hi, Sushant.
You should have a
Who is this?
Then you should call them. Never
Shweta
call them
here.
for 2-3 work.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. Thank you.
Okay, I've pinned myself,
15-20
Sushant.
hanging. Then only you should call them.
Once again, Surabhi, once again, let me pin you so that you are visible.
Hyderabad is the
Add
same.
pin.
You should never call them unless
Yeah.
you have a whole day.
Thank you. Go ahead, Surabhi.
Whole day means at least 15
Yes,
20
to
minutes.
everybody, this is a
And also
beautiful
remember,
hard copy book. You
Others, please stay muted. Others, please
you wanted 700.
mute all.
You all bought.
Surabhi, you want to unmute yourself, please? Unmute, please. Yeah, go ahead, Surabhi. Go ahead.
So this is a beautiful book you will receive from Penman Books, which thanks to Sushant for giving it to me. I read this and genuinely all of you are going to enjoy reading this book. It has beautiful worksheets, very easy words, flowing word. So yes, if you can get a chance to get a hard copy, try to go for a hard copy. Yes, Kindle is not my way. So this is the book. You're going to enjoy it thoroughly. Some very real tips which you would have. And Sushant, happy birthday again.
Thank you, Surabhi. Thank you very much. Thank you for gracing the occasion. Your presence means a lot to me. Thank you. I will actually also take this, since my mom is here, I would ask my mom to just say a few words. Okay, let me bring my mother here. When she's attending the event along with there she is. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, Mummy, please go ahead. You can say in your own words. Okay. If you're comfortable, you can say in English or you can say in Hindi also. Because Kannada people will, there are, I think, people who understand Kannada, but for everybody, you can say in Hindi or English. Mummy, unmute yourself. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Hello, Sushant. Really proud of you.
Thank you, Mummy. I think it's, I'm so happy to see you on screen. Thank you, Geetaka, for coordinating everything. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Sushant.
And I'm sure if my father were here, he would have been extremely proud. The first person that I've dedicated this book to is my late father. So it's a very emotional moment. I'm sure his blessings are there with me. Thank you very much.
Sushant.
Yeah. Who is this?
Raghu.
Hi, Raghu. Thank you. You want to say something? You want to say something?
Yeah.
1 second. Let me unpin. Thank you, Mummy. Okay. Let me unpin you, my mother, and then I will bring in Sir Raghavendra Nayak, who is my cousin, and he works as a HR manager, senior HR manager at Bhartiya City. 1 second. Where are you? It's hard to dig into people. There you go. Yeah. Go ahead, Raghu.
Hi all. I'm myself Raghavendra Naik. I'm a cousin of Sushant. Sushant, it's a very proud moment. All of us, our family members, and all of our friends. And being a cousin, personally very proud of you. And all of you, Sushant is my cousin, and I've been seeing him from my childhood. He's a very true gentleman, and always he thinks very positively. The book definitely is very useful, for all of youngsters and the professional like us. Good luck, Sushant. Expecting some more success future. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. I think it's as Raghu was saying, our friendship goes back to childhood days. We used to spend a lot of time in the villages when I was younger. I used to spend my 2 months vacation in my maternal village. Okay, Raghu's father is my mother's brother. So in my maternal village, we would spend 2 months, and every experience counts in life. And the village experience, spending 2 months in a village every year, that has grounded me. Okay, that has really it has built in humility in me, actually, and I'm well grounded as a person. So thank you, Raghu, for sharing this. All right, so let me remove this. So everybody, the time is up. Thanks a lot for gracing this occasion. Once again, a big thank you, big namaste, and final request for you to purchase the book and benefit from it. Okay, if you have any questions, reach out to me in the group, or you can also reach out to me personally. I have my team member here, Saujanya, who is the our program manager. She will coordinate, and she will be able to sort out the issues with you if you have any questions on the book purchase. So thanks once again, and all of you have a wonderful day. Once again, a big thank you to the guest panelists, Surabhi, Ankit, Kansham, and Mohit. Thank you again. Okay.
Thank you, Sushant.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
God bless all of you. Bye.
Bye.
Just before we wrap up, actually, I would like to take one picture, please. One gallery view. Everybody come on. Turn your video on. Everybody, please turn your video on. Please turn your video on.
Sushant, I wanted to say something.
Say that again. Say that again.
I wanted to say something.
Who is this? One second. Everybody turn your video on. Adarsh, Manjunath, Ashish.
Me, I'm Suhali.
Suhali, yes, I'll give you a chance to say something. Vinay Salimat, good to see you, buddy from school days. Very nice to see you. Okay, as I said, this is like, thank you, Karam. Thank you, yeah, Nikhil, I've just spoken to Bharat. Thank you. All right, one more picture. Mr. Devrai Naik, please turn your, Dr. Shweta Naik, please turn your video on for a moment. I'll take a picture. Tilak uncle, very happy to see you. Very happy to see you.
Yeah, very proud of it. Very proud of you, Sushant.
Thank you, uncle. Thank you very
Because
much.
I've known you only for 5 years, but this tenacity to work, your positive approach to life, very impressed.
Thank you, uncle. Thank you. Yes, perfect. So thank you, everybody. And
Sushant, good to see you.
Who is this?
Vijay Kumar, I am speaking from Seattle, US. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I am
Mr.
1973 backend.
Mechanical. Okay. Mr. Vijay Kumar, thank you. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion. Really proud moment to have an alumni, from KRSC attend the event. Great. And that too from Seattle. Wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
Who is this? Hi, Ankit. How are you?
Wish you very, very happy birthday and very all the best for Iconic Career Partner.
Thank you.
Launch.
Thank you.
Heart.
Thank you very much. Suhali is my niece. Okay, she's my brother's daughter. So Suhali, you want to say something? Please go ahead. Let me just pin you once again.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Suhali. We can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm so proud of you. So once again, a very, very happy birthday to you. And all the best, Sushantana and Spurti Akka for Iconic Career.
Thank you, Suhali. Thank you for your wonderful.
All the best, the whole family.
Thank you for your beautiful
you
message.
On WhatsApp also.
Yes, I've received it. Today I've been very busy. I've not been able to respond to WhatsApp messages. Thank you, Suhali. Thank you. All right. So everybody, once again, the last time, thank you. So, and please stay in touch with me, by WhatsApp or email. Thank you very much. All of you have a wonderful day. Bye.